I saw chat earlier asking about the shirts, the difference between the unisex and the fitted.
Ah.
So somebody gave the advice that the unisex is pretty much the same as the fitted, but one size down. This year, if you're getting one of each, you'll be able to see a color difference.
Oh.
It's not that big. If you don't have two to compare to each other, you probably won't notice it. But something to bear in mind if you're like getting your husband one and yourself one or any other combination.
Or if you're trying to tell whether or not you would prefer to have a much more a fit that is like the fitted shirts. Fitted shirts are generally cut a little like they're cut in on the side a bit, so you're looking at that more hourglass cut to a shirt.
But often they are, you have to source them from a different manufacturer or whatever. So they try to match it as well as possible. But
yeah.
And someone in the chat was saying that the preview on the Fangamer site does illustrate the different color. And by the way, there's also size guides there too.
Yeah.
So make sure you're looking at the correct size guide, whether you want the unisex or the fitted version.
When I bought this shirt, when I bought all three of my new Zeta shirts, I was checking the size guides. Like, I was like to Heather, I'm like, come measure my shoulders. Like, she knows how to do this. She got a diploma in it, so she's checking all my measurements to be sure. Like, you're not
diploma in shoulder measuring. Wow, yeah. I forgot how to say the word shoulder. I was like, soldier, sold, what?
Yeah. Solid.
Where the word is the H? Nope. Anyway.
But the with these, normally when you're sizing a men's shirt, what you don't want is you don't want the yoke. What I call the yoke anyway. I don't know what's actually called again, but you don't want the end of like. You can feel on a golf shirt, polo shirt, that the point where all the seams match along your shoulder should land at the point. If you put your finger on it, it should land at the point that you can feel a divot where the end of your the end of your collarbone, I guess, your deltoid, whatever, where it starts to meet where the rest of this is. Basically, you want to just find the socket where all that stuff kind of fits together. That's where that's supposed to land. It's supposed to land a little higher. This is a bit bigger of a shirt. It's XL. I picked XL because I'm like, if I pick large and it's too tight, I'm gonna look awful on camera. If I pick XL, which are only a couple inches apart, I'm like, well, I assume I'd rather be a little looser and comfortable. I'm like, overall, I think it suits me fine. So I'm like, that's
yeah, it looks good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's tough though when you're ordering it from Australia. You want to make sure that you got the measurements.
And plus, if it's a sports shirt, they're gonna be like, we're gonna size this for like, sport playing dudes. So I was kind of like, oh no, will it actually cut in a little bit? Will it actually be form fitted? No, they cut it completely straight rectangular. So.
And well, I mean, if we're talking cutting it for sports playing dudes, what sport are they playing?
Yeah, if they're playing rugby or something, that might be different than if they're playing baseball or if they're like track and field. I don't know why you'd wear this in track and field, but yeah, the seam placement thing is super interesting to me. So I check all my shirts whenever I buy them, be like, do they line up? Yes or no. If they do, okay, great, that's a check mark. But if they don't line up, I'm like, how much do I like the shirt that I want to put up with the fact that it doesn't actually match? And if you wear Raglan style shirts, you don't get a seam there, which makes it a little easier to get away with the fact because there's no seams along there, and therefore it might hang a little bit differently.
You're so great with your Raglan shirts.
So yeah, it's just a men's fashion thing I learned a long time ago about if you have shirts that have seams along them, that's where they all line up.
The giveaway has closed.
Hooray!
Closed.
Shall we draw for that and then we'll go over our arts, or do we? If we have the arts ready, let's draw.
Let's draw.
Giveaways.
Oh wait, we probably have to give it a sec before.
We have 5 minute cooldown. You're right.
Let's do the. Let's check out our entries for the contest.
Which means I have to now start ending these things at 10 minutes before the end of the stream, so we have time to do our takedown anyway.
It's for kayfabe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen you for like
I know, right?
4 weeks, dude.
God, it's been forever. This is so weird.
Paul.
Oh, you got a little fuzz on your back. Hang on. There, I got it.
How was your first night?
You smell fantastic.
No, thank you.
Yeah. First night, great. We only lost audio 4 times
No, that's sick.
and had to take the stream down twice.
No, that's not bad.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
And Fart Bus is still going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I'm
The
genuinely.
fart bus trouble.
I'm gonna lose my mind if Fart Bus is the one that gets us there.
I'm not sure. I guess I should also reference the other thing people are saying. It's like the 2 shirts are in different colors. Sometimes that's due to a dye lot when you're ordering shirts. That it's like, oh, the dye lot of a certain shirt might end up being a slightly different color than another one, or it might be because the unisex versus fitted shirts are actually for real. They are dyed differently based on what women prefer as a color versus what men would prefer as a color. And so you can't choose to have one that's exactly the same.
Or even they're often actually different manufacturers. Even.
Yeah, if they decide to do Bella Canvas for one and District for another, or Next Level for one and that kind of thing. So I try to always pick everything from the same line if I can, so that at least I know the dye lots will be as close as they can possibly be to each other. And we also make a lot of black shirts anyway, so black tends to be black no matter where you go.